Chef Buff Army, I got a new video series for you today called Chef Buff Shouts It Down. In this new video series, I'm going to take very simple questions. You know, what time should I train? Should I stop eating carbohydrates at a certain time of the day? Very simple questions, and answer them in a very easy to understand, clear way. Today, I am the expert killer because I'm going to be putting them out of business, kicking their asses to the curb. You see, a lot of experts will surround themselves with a cloud of mystery, okay? A mystique, where they'll give really sophisticated answers to simple questions. Instead, what I'm going to do today is explain everything quite clearly so you can understand what the hell is going on. The rules for the series: I could take no longer than 30 seconds to answer any question. Let's get started. First question: how long should you wait or recover? Bad grammar. I'm gonna ignore that. First question: how long should you wait and recover until you hit the same body part again? Depends on what you did. Depends on how many muscles you trained in that day. So if you just did back, or if you did back and chest. But regardless of that, you should wait at least 24 hours and more than likely 48 hours before training the same body part again. So if you did back on Monday, the next available day would be Wednesday, and more likely it would be Thursday when you should and would train it again. Does it really matter what type of split you do if you're a beginner, or will anything work? You see, when you're a beginner, a lot of things will work for you because you're just starting out, your body is craving to change. But the truth, as I've said before, I have a video on this, full body workouts for a beginner are best. I listed in that video over 8 reasons why, but some of them include a rapid increase in strength, an increase in work capacity, and because you're working more total muscles in every single workout, you'll potentially build more muscle when first starting out. What time of day to stop taking carbohydrates? This is one of the most common nutrition confusions that I see out there. Simple answer: you can consume carbs pretty much at any time of the day. With that being said, you gotta look at the big picture, right? Your total calories for the day. And more importantly than what time you consume a carbohydrate is the total amount of carbohydrates in that day. So don't focus on the time as much as the total amount. And then if you want to really be picky, rather than time, I'd focus on type, because a lot of people will miss their micronutrients. When can you consider yourself an intermediate lifter? When you stop asking this question. I'm just joking with you. Trying to define what these terms mean, beginner, intermediate, and advanced, they're vague terms. They're very subjective. I'm going to try and give you some guidelines, however. To be an intermediate lifter versus a beginner, you need at least 1 year of training. If your goal was building muscle, you should have built, in that first year, at least about 8 to 10 pounds of solid muscle. But most importantly, like I said, it's how you train. You'll notice with beginners, they don't have a good mind-muscle connection, so when they lift the weight, they're very shaky. And this isn't determined by years of experience, but what you've done in those years. Next question: what should you do if you can't squat? Just give up. It only goes downhill from there. Next question: how do I know if I'm lifting too heavy or too light of a weight? Well, this is quite simple. If you're lifting too heavy of a weight, you can't control it, it's controlling you. Meaning that when you lift the weight, you're struggling to lift it effectively. It looks like you might die when you're lifting that weight. Remember, you always want to dominate a weight. So you'll know if you're using the correct weight, if it provides a challenge, and if you have control of that weight as you're doing that set. Another question: best time to train. So this depends on you. When do you train best? This is a subjective question. Do you train best early in the morning before you go to work? If so, train early in the morning. I will say some studies have shown that working out a couple hours after waking up, so 2 to 3 hours, or about 12 hours after you've woken up, so towards the evening, seems to be best for most individuals. But it depends on you and when you get the best training response. Personally, I work out around 9 to 10 a.m. Last question: do I even lift? Let me respond to this question with another question. Do you lift the weight, or does the weight lift you? You contemplate that on the tree of woe. that's all the time we have. I'm trying to keep these videos less than 5 minutes and answer as many questions as possible. If you guys have a question that you want answered, a simple question that you don't have the answer to, post in the comment section below. You can also, and you should also, join my Facebook page where you can ask me any question on there. Chef Buff Army, thank you for your support and for watching this video. Make sure to like and share with friends. Chef Buff Shouts It Down. We'll be back with another installment. Until then, peace. Oh, before I forget, we got one final point. I'm reopening my online personal coaching. This is where I develop a training and exercise, nutrition program for you, whether your goal is to build muscle or lose fat, guide you through that transformation process. It's been closed for several months. Now I'm opening it up. It's 2013 and I'm looking for some very hungry clients that are looking towards making a kick-ass transformation and give me 100%. Because I will give you 110%. Prices per month range from $80 to I think $175, and you must be at least 20 years old and most importantly, not a robot because the machines are fucking going down. So if you're interested in that, there is a link in the description to fill out. Fill that out. It will be closed probably in the next 3 to 4 days and I will get back to you.